It's been one of those years where it seems like a setback for a lot of parents, right? A lot of moms specifically, because moms are usually the first person to have to stay at home with the children, right? And with children not being in school, they've taken on two roles now, or maybe three, right? Now they're the work at home mom if they have the privilege to work at home, because that's a whole different story, right? So they're the mom on a computer at home trying to navigate their own workspace. They're the mom who's trying to make sure that their children are engaged in education and engaged in learning. And they're also the mom who's trying to figure out the social emotional needs of the household in a total different way through the pandemic, right? And worried about if their jobs are even going to exist when things reopen. And a lot of parents have lost their jobs. A lot of moms are figuring it out, right? But we've seen mom groups form. We've seen support groups online, like they're touching bases saying, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, and I love how you said that, they're making it work. It's because you have to. I mean, what is the alternative when you have your kids at home and if you have lost your job, you've got to make it work from day to day. You've been really instrumental in helping people understand how to do the homeschooling and get some of those resources and support. Bernita, what are some of the stressors that that women are going through that maybe we don't even see on the surface?
Yeah, I think as far as education go, parents and mothers are seeing for the first time what their kids were experiencing in school, even though this is pandemic learning, right? This is not traditional learning for even homeschool families, but they're seeing this side of where their children gaps are in literacy skills, where their math gaps are, and parents are literally becoming tutors and reaching out for support, like online saying, hey, my child's struggling in math. How can I get my child on point? Or I don't understand this portion of their math. Can you help my child in math? I can help your child in science, or I can help your child in English, right? And those supports come in way of even like the Brilliant Detroits, the Detroit College Access Network. We've partnered with MSU School of Music, like all these beautiful partnerships. We've even partnered outside of the state. We've partnered with Rock by Rock to just make sure that families have hopefully a classroom within their home, right?
I like how you pointed out all of the various programs and the connections that people now have access to, and maybe the parents who are saying, hey, I need help with this, or how can I help with this? I'm worried about the people who haven't been able to do that. How many people are out there who feel completely lost?
So for the families who feel like they're lost, it has been hard. We have more eviction notices. We have more families who have coupled up together to live together because families couldn't do it during the pandemic. Whereas one person is like working and the other person's like, well, look, I lost my job. So can I move in with you? And it's actually a support for one another, but it's catastrophic also because now that family's considered homeless, right? And that mom's trying to think like, how do I get back on my feet?
What needs to happen in terms of education for our kids and opportunity for our parents and for our mothers to maybe be able to offload some of that caregiving and educational help?
And we need to be looking, I should say, not necessarily looking for in the next 6 months, but listening. We really need to be listening to our hardest hit citizens. We need to be inviting them to the table to create how work opens for people. Like employment offices really need to be talking to employers and saying, we have all these moms who have kids who are working. We need to switch their shifts, right? Like make their shifts more sustainable for their lifestyle right now. We need to have conversations about education. How does schooling look? What are the schools going to provide for children to make it easier for parents? And again, those parents that we're talking about need to be in the room. Our moms need to be in the room holding conversations and driving how all of this change looks. Like,
the conversations can't be happening about them someplace.
No. And if we're not doing that, we're going to end up back at row one. And moms are going to be stay-at-home moms who cannot afford a lifestyle.